So the spring season of anime for 2012 is about to start. So how about we kick off this year's anime with talking about last year's anime? Because you know what they say, the best way to look at the future is by dwelling on the past. And that's why today's called the present. Or something like that, but I digress. Now mind you all, none of these animes are in any particular order, seeing that it's hard to put animes of different genres in any specific order at all, so I just put them in order of which I would watch them from least to greatest. First up is Tiger and Bunny. I love Tiger and Bunny, or at least what I've seen of it. I've only seen the first 2 or 3 episodes, but if it means anything at all, that's the kind of impression the show made on me. The fact that it made this list and I haven't even finished it. First off, when was the last time we saw a good old-fashioned superhero anime? Gotcha Man? And no, the Marvel animes don't count. That's our idea. America. Tiger and Bunny is set in a time where superheroes exist, and their talents are used for a reality game show. The superheroes fight crime, and whoever thwarts the bad guys gets all the points, and at the end of the year, the winner is declared based on the points they get. Wild Tiger is starting to look like he's a wash-up, and after his sponsor is bought out after he loses another year, he becomes the first superhero to be teamed up with another, Barnaby. Tiger and Bunny's characterizations are similar to that of a buddy cop story. They bicker and butt heads based on their different work styles and end up hindering each other more than helping each other. The comedy element that it creates is nothing short of genius, and thoroughly entertaining, plus the side stories are heartwarming and make you root for the characters the whole way. I can't say too much else about it at this point because that's pretty much all I know. The day that I decide to stop being a horrible person and finish the series will probably be the day that this series moves up in the list. Now moving on to some series that I actually did take the time to finish. Boku wa Tomodachi. I don't know, there was something really good about this series. I think for the most part it was the characters. They were just really well put together. You got a group of really unpopular kids who make a club together in order to make friends. In my opinion, it was the charm that this series brought. So our main character of the series is Kotaka, a dude who everybody in the school fears because of a bad first impression on his first day of school. One day, he finds Yozora by herself in a classroom, and she's talking to her imaginary friend. I know, weird, right? Well, anywho, long story short, they both have no friends, so they decide to start a club together in order to make friends. And upon doing so, brings every moe character under the sun into the cast. Now here's the interesting part. Even though this anime made my top list, I actually have the most gripes about this anime. Gripe number 1 being, there are no other male characters in this cast. I can't believe that Kotaka is the only male character in the entire show. Well, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, this show really could have benefited from a couple more male characters in the cast to add to the quirkiness. From the original description I read of the show, I didn't know it was going to be a full-on harem, which actually, in retrospect, I really don't have a problem with, even though I'm griping about it. And for a comedy, a lot of the jokes in this show really are successful, and truly are laugh-out-loud funny, but some parts just come across as way too fanservice-y, in an kind of way, in a world where fanservice is getting a little old. Okay, so I do have my gripes about this show, but there is a reason why it's number 3 on my top list. Give it a watch and you'll find its charm. So my runner-up of 2011? Bento. Oh man, did I love Bento. Okay, so here's the rundown. Every day before the supermarkets close at night, all bento boxes go on sale for half price. Now there's this group of people called wolves who go out to the supermarket and beat each other to death over this food. And to the victor goes the spoils. This is one of the most original stories that I've seen for a comedy in a really long time, mainly because it's super inventive in the way that it plays on the typical action genre. Okay, so check it out. You got this big baddie called the Monarch, and he does nothing to stray from any typical anime brute that you've ever seen. Torturing victims, unnecessary roughness, does whatever it takes to ensure victory. And then you smile because suddenly it dawns on you, oh, he wants that lunchbox. So the characters that they created for the show are brilliant. They're really funny, and they really interact well with each other, even though their personalities are like completely different from each other. And the fan service in this show, yes, there is fan service, but it's tasteful, and more the fact that you can see that it's used for more of a purposeful comedy device rather than its true purpose anywhere else. This was one of those series that I was always sad to see it end, because I was so happy with what happened in the episode, and I knew that it was a whole nother 7 days before the next episode would come out. So, what did I end up picking for my favorite anime of 2011? Actually, it could possibly even be one of my top 3 animes of all time. It's Nichijou. Yes, Nichijou. I can't say enough good things about this show. By far, the best slice of life anime I have ever seen. It's funny, it's charming, and it's cute. It's amazing! The closest thing I've ever seen in Nichijou before this was Azumanga Daioh, but if you throw in a bit of Fooly Cooly into the mix, you get Nichijou. This is what slice of life comedies were meant to be. It's like a cartoon sketch show with lovable characters and the animation. Oh, let me tell you about the animation. You know, the animators on this show really did earn their paychecks. Throughout every episode, the animation is consistent and clean. Rarely do you ever see two characters that are just talking heads that you normally find in most animes. And then, wham! They hit you with this genius spike of high quality animation. You know that was the day that somebody brought the donuts to the studio. If you need to catch up on any show that was missing last year, or even just looking for something new to watch to pass the time, pick Nichijou. Well, there you have it, everybody. That's all I got for my 2011 animes. Any of those 4 animes that you want to watch, I would definitely check them out. And be sure to watch out for my 2012 reviews, which should be coming up fairly shortly. Hope to see you soon.